GM, friends. Gonna turn down my speaker a little bit. There we go. I hope everybody's doing well today.
GM?
GM coded in.
Hey, sir. How you doing on this lovely morning?
I'm doing I'm doing better than most people. So yesterday was crazy. I saw it happen live on the chart. I got liquidated on my 5x long Polygon that I've held for almost a year. So I lost
Oh,
$3,000 on
no.
that. But
Oh,
yeah, but you know, I got liquidated, watched it happen, and immediately because I was trying to move funds to like secure it. Polygon wicked down to 11.5 cents. I got liquidated at 11.6 cents. I was trying
wow.
to move some money and couldn't. So the position was like total $7,000, but I was already down like 5 grand from like the last
Where's that? Is that on
Hyperliquid.
what was that on Hyperliquid or
Yeah,
Finance or where?
it was Hyperliquid, a position I opened up in December, and then I had on Aster. I got liquidated, but that was much smaller because I had started with $15 on Aster. I had moved it up to $800. I had a long on XPL that got liquidated at 25 cents. My liquidation point was 26 cents. This was like, there's no way it's gonna drop, 70% in a day. So yeah, but on both of those, I was able to get cash in and buy the bottom and then ride it back up. So I ended up losing
Nice.
money, but I also made money on some limitless trades and I got paid from Polygon. So actually on the day I kind of broke even from income being brought in and what I lost, but it was an experience. I'm sure everybody that watched the chart there like freaking,
Yeah.
just crazy.
Yeah, I saw your win on Limitless. That was pretty cool. Like you did like a $2 bet and it got like 100x or something.
300x.
300x. Nice. That's pretty sick. Are you doing a lot of those bets? It's basically options, right? Like you're just kind of saying, will it? They expire at the end, and you lose the money if it doesn't hit. Pretty much, right?
Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of the limitless ones because they have 1 hour markets, and then I've been doing sports
Yeah.
betting like with Polymarket on long shots for games. So actually had a 80x on the Jaguars game last week, and then the WNBA finals. I didn't know anything about it, but I saw one team was down by 16, so I threw like $5 at it and ended up getting. It turned out to $20 because I was DCAing, but I ended up getting a 6x on that. So it's funny because during my show yesterday before the market crashed, I was saying like I think I'm going to move away from perp dexes because you can't on a prediction market you lose your initial.
Yeah.
That's it. Like I can do long shot bets
Yep.
and still get the 300x. Uh, but perps, you can lose everything, and it seems like a lot of people lost everything. So it's not a great day. I hope Gotchi Gang was safe. I know I saw some messages that people were in positions that they couldn't get out of. So
The options is so interesting. Like it seems kind of like a new crypto primitive. Like people weren't really doing options before that much in crypto. It was mainly perps. But like options are they do seem like kind of safer with the way that the prediction markets like Limitless do it. Because I mean, how did you get 300x on that? Like it was just like a last minute bet, and people were just so against it. Like everyone was putting yes, and you put no.
yeah, pretty much. For that bet, what happened was what I like to do is jump in because if you jump in on the hourly on a limitless, most of them they're going to be 50-50 at the start, and then you have to wait for movement. You're not
Yeah.
going to get a ton of volatility. So I wait all the way until like something is significantly down, and like when I say significantly down, it's all relative because on the bet that I won, I think it was on XRP. XRP was down like 1% on that chart, and there were like 3 minutes left, and it was like a 1/10 of 1% or some crazy number like that. So I was like, I'll throw $2 at this, and if it wins, I get 640. And it's like 1%. We clearly proved it yesterday that crypto in a minute can move 10 to 15%. So it's like none of these long shot bets in my mind are really that long shot. I end up losing a lot of these little bets, but every time like I've hit a couple where it's been like $200, $600, and it's basically allows me to like recoup all of my losses plus some, and then I just move some of that USDC on base into EtherFi so I can use it to actually spend in the world.
That's dope. Yeah, that's really cool. It sounds like people are saying you have a mic issue.
Huh.
Anything? Anything change in your setup?
No, let me unplug and replug in my mic. Let's see
Choinya's
if that
saying
helps.
fine, but some people are having.
Thrax is saying fine as well. Too quiet. Let me see if I can put it up here.
I see Nick's art. Welcome back, friend. Says he's been a long time since the last weekly hangout. We're here. We're chilling. Pretty much every Saturday. So glad to have you here, friend. Gotchi Gang's a steady rock in the unstable market out there.
Okay, is that better? I unplugged my mic.
Crack and pops. It does sound a little bit different for me, yeah, but I don't know. I wasn't having the issue.
How's that sound now?
Phase, how's that sound? Yeah, maybe we need to keep talking.
Yeah,
you were saying something before the prediction market. I already forgot, but yeah, it was pretty wild out there. I mean, hope you guys are all safe. And there were obviously some friends had lots of leverage going on. I always advise. I got busted like 5 years ago on BitMEX, and then since I've never touched leverage again. Even like looping and DeFi to me is exotic. It's something I just don't do that much because I've seen this is my third cycle. Kind of know that that's how you get wrecked in crypto if you do too much leverage. A little bit like a 2x is usually fairly safe. But even, I mean, this is like the biggest. I don't think anyone has seen liquidations this big and like this deep. The depegging was just wild. Like someone said Ghost went down to like 12 cents or something on Binance.
It went down
I forget
to
what it
11
was.
cents. Yeah, because I tried buying the dip.
Yeah.
I saw it and I was like, in the middle of all that blood, losing everything, I was like, I'm ready to buy this. Okay, so they're saying I'm still crackling. It's weird because on my side it sounds fine, but I'll try to.
Yeah, it sounds fine to me, you guys. Weird.
I'm gonna do a poll. Am I crackling? Is my sound good or not? Booty shaking raffle if the sound is good. Anything else if the sound is bad.
Let's see. Booty shaking raffle. I gotta find it. There it is.
Yeah, because I lowered my volume a little bit here, but it doesn't. I wouldn't know why it would be coming in crackly. So I got 4 sounds good and 1 sounds bad.
Maybe guys try to view it in like YouTube or something. If you're having issues in the Discord chat, you can always open it on YouTube or on X, wherever he's streaming, and view it there. You won't have that issue probably.
Yeah, I lowered my volume to be lower just because I thought maybe that's what the crackling was that people were mentioning. Let me see. I'm going to look at the stream and see if we're getting this issue.
Right. But yeah, I mean, Gotchi Gang, Ghost, everything's down. It's like supposed to be October, but it is what it is. Crypto is going to do its thing. We're still here. We're building. Share a little preview of a little post I put out earlier, right before this call. Had a great week with my vibe coding. Got a lot done, actually. I mean, it's crazy. So I got stuck on the procedurally generated map stuff. That took a while, but I've had to do like 3 iterations of. Is it me?
Yeah, I think the crackling's you because I hear it when I'm not talking. I'm muting myself and I still hear it.
I don't know. I have like a water kettle going in the background, but I don't think that's it. Yeah. I don't... I'll unplug my mic here.
Yeah, I just unplugged my mic. I have the stream, so let me see if I talk, if I can hear it, because the stream is just a couple seconds behind. Will it catch up? Test, 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 test. Yeah, I just unplugged my mic. I have the streams. On the stream, it sounds perfectly clear. I don't know what's happening with Discord.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll just keep moving on.
Yeah, if you guys have any issues, watch it on the stream, maybe.
Yeah, so you released a new video today. I didn't get to see it, but I saw the announcement. What exactly was the update on that? I'll go over to your announcement now.
So there's quite a lot of things, but just really good week. Almost ready to do a share with you guys. Like we're really close now. I just want to make sure there's enough kind of like actual gameplay to make it worth doing a play test and be able to get real feedback. But I got elites working. So there's like the base enemy, and if you look at the video, you'll see there's like a big ass licky that is really big, and also I think I put one in there, but there's like big versions of each enemy, and they're just really big, and they have auras. So I got auras working. That's something I know what we wanted in the Gotchiverse. So the elites, like, they give auras to nearby enemies, and those are kind of buffs for everyone around them. And then I also am able to apply that same system to the players as well. So auras are going to work already. Pretty happy with that. Also got two kind of, the way I'm doing the maps, there's like these rooms. So I have like a basic room, and then I have two other rooms that are in the video. There's like a golden raffle palace, and then there's like a raffle pond that Zbot made. It looks really dope. And then I was able to get some, just like working on like the characters now. So the farmer comes with buffs for HP regen, and the wizard is a range character, so he's got wider vision. And by the way, these are like based on the Gotchi wearables. All these abilities are linked to specific Gotchi wearables. So the farmer has a ability called it's called Potion Farm, and that's linked to the pitchfork. So any Gotchi that's using the pitchfork is going to get that ability. And his hat, I think, or either his hat or his pants is the one that gives him HP regen. So the whole point here is that I'm coding it in a way that when we start allowing custom Gotchis, which is not very long from now, like the new sprites are almost done. All the wearables that I've gotten working for these these off-chain characters will be the same abilities and effects for the on-chain Gotchis, which is, I think, is going to be pretty dope. Like, my goal is literally to have something, ability or like an effect for each wearable that we have. So I'm able to get things done really quickly. I can just be like, AI, I want an HP regen effect. Like, go do it. And here's the wearables that it needs to apply to. And it just, goes through like 8 files, takes like 20 minutes, and then it's done. And then I just check it, like, yep, looks good, keep going. So I was able to get a couple buffs. And once I actually have all the Gotchi sprites with attacks and everything, that we're waiting on the Reckless team to get those done, then I'm going to really just go hog wild and like add all sorts of mainly passive effects right now. I haven't delved and started doing like active spells and stuff, but mainly auras and passives. But you could, at some point, I'll probably start doing active abilities too. But that'll come a little bit later. But yeah, I mean, it's going really well. Like, I've gotten almost all the really annoying, tough stuff. I've gotten the map generation down. I know how I'm doing that. I got performance of the game really good. So it's a big map. It's like pretty huge map, actually. There's like 10 different rooms in each map. and the performance of all the enemies and everything. There's like 100 or 200 enemies across the map, and performance is really good. AI has got some great algorithms and stuff that it coded up to like make sure that enemies in a room really far away aren't contributing to your CPU load in your current frame. So stuff like that will like that shit would take like weeks to nail down. I'm able to get it done in like half a day. It's so crazy. And also, I added in a difficulty increase every minute, and I think that's just gonna prevent people from like camping and like staying in the dungeon all day. So it'll just get harder and harder as you stay longer and longer in there, which I think will be pretty helpful.
That's
So yeah,
awesome.
overall, pretty good week.
I'm looking at your tweet that it's 25 minutes ago, so right before the start of the show. It says, "What if you could interact with DeFi from a gamified metaverse?" And
Yeah,
you mentioned
that was the
Aave.
one. Yeah, I posted that a little bit. That was the second one. That was another thing that I got working is just NPCs. I've had those working for a while, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to do a little post on it.
Yeah, I like the idea of like the integration with Third Web and AI Wayfinder, which is prompt. All those that agentic stuff. So then I'm assuming that you're like if you're playing around with AI agents, you're gonna have like a X402 integration into the game potentially.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. I mean, X42 is kind of the hype thing right now. It's not super hard. I mean, it's basically just like an API call. So yeah, I think that there would be some way to. I mean, to have an X42 integration, you kind of need to have agents playing the game. So like, yeah, we could use other people's X42 integrations, but for them to be able to like consume my game, it also needs to be like playable by AIs, which it could be. I mean, I think AIs could like be trained to play the game. I don't know if it'll be a first class feature that I ship like day one, but I could imagine like I'm not anti-bot with this game. So we could theoretically have like AIs playing the game and like buying stuff using X42 APIs for sure.
Yeah, I just love the idea of the DeFi integrations here because like that's like the heart and soul of the Aavegotchi, right? It's like a DeFi pet that you game with. So being able to go into a game and interact with, and it kind of reminds me of the dreams of the original Gotchiverse, where it's like, hey, I can go in and like
it's literally in the white paper, dude. It's just been it's so like it was so hard to do it. I mean, there's just so much. Building a game and a game world is like really hard. It's honestly, it's like one of the hardest forms of coding I think out there. To get it like good and playable and fun, it's like super hard. So, not saying I'm gonna nail it with this one, but at least I'm able to go fast. Before it's so slow, like doing anything. So I can even dream of like having AI agents running around before AI coding. But now it's like maybe we can actually spin those up. So I've been looking at the Third Web docs and like seeing what kind of stuff they support. They have a pretty cool SDK called Nebula. It's kind of slow. Like I was trying to ask it stuff about Aave. Like, tell me about the highest supply APY tokens right now on base network. And it goes away for like a minute or two and it'll come back with an answer. So not something you would like sit there and be able to have a synchronous conversation with, but maybe it could be like an async thing. Somehow we can figure out, like you walk up to it and you're like, hey, tell me about this. And then it goes and thinks for a while and then it comes back and, like it comes back with like an exclamation mark around, above its head or something when it's finished thinking. But I think there's like people maybe you could do trading. You could like, if you could swap something on cow swap or something, things that are not too difficult on the front end to code, but are mostly back end would be like great candidates for like a metaverse plus DeFi experience. So still in the early stages of that. I don't know if I think people would be interested in it, but is it something that can actually like scale and get product market fit? I don't know, but it's fun to try.
Yeah, it's interesting because like there's a project that's on Wall Chain. It's like one of the InfoFi campaigns called Hey Elsa, and it's an AI co-pilot for Web3 stuff that's on base, but allows you to bridge and swap and even stake on Aave across
Right.
different chains. So I was just thinking,
Yep.
like, oh, if you had like an Elsa agent inside the game, that would be like a perfect
Inside the
integration.
game,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. There was another project. It got really hype for a while, and then I think it just kind of died. Hyperfy, I think it's called. It was like pretty. People were hyping it up quite a while back in, I don't know, a couple beginning of the year, like during the whole AI bubble uh, wave of crypto, like virtuals and stuff. But they were the first and I think only ones I've seen that had AI agents like running around in their game. I haven't seen anyone do it since. And I don't think they're I don't know how like advanced their stuff is, but you could totally have like a virtuals agent or an Elsa or any kind of agent like just chilling in a metaverse, and I could provide like an API for them to configure their agent however they wanted it, kind of like, and just let it roam around. That'd be pretty dope, I think.
Yeah, that sounds very cool. So I guess what are the next steps for you with this game? Like I know you're trying to get feedback on people, like if this makes sense, like will people use it? Um will you continue to develop like with this like AI agent framework that you're building into it?
I want to make sure that I'm going to get the game to a point where there's like a whole play to earn loop that I want to get running, that I'm going to do like a post on that next week talking about that. So I want to get to a point where that is live and is like going, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But I'm pretty close to doing like a play test. The only thing I need to make sure that's working is like that the servers are beefy enough and they don't burn down. So performance is the last thing I need to fix and make sure that like if we get 20 people playing on the same server, that it's not gonna, or even like two people playing won't like burn the server down. Because before it was like using 100% of CPU for one room. And I think I fixed that. So once I solve that, that should be, I mean, it's pretty much already solved, but I need to do more testing. And then I'm ready to like, I'll reach out to everyone here, maybe next week, maybe next Hangout. I mean, it's pretty much like I was playing it. It's quite stable right now. But there's just a few more like things that I feel like are needed that complete the experience before it's even worth like doing a play test. But I don't know. Maybe I'll reach out in DMs to if you're interested in playtesting, drop a message here. Maybe I'll do some like private playtesting next week. So if you're interested, let me know.
Yeah, that would be very cool.
Golden Cross, see you in the audience here. How you doing, sir? Here we have some news on the Gotchiverse as well. Nice.
Oh, Coder Dan, are we gonna have Aragon this week, or is that did we not? Did we reschedule that for some other time?
I reached out again. Let's see. I don't think he responded yet. No, I don't know if they're. I did reach out, and the Gram did not get a response yet. Yeah, Dan's ready to play. We got Zanza. Yeah, I might DM you guys next week after I do this final little server performance, and we'll get some play tests going. Again, there's like not that much to play test. It's more like even the vibes are like not where they need to be because I haven't done a lot of polishing yet. But whatever. It's very early. Yeah, DevConnect. We also we got lots going on there. I saw a guy from. He's not from ETH Foundation, but he's working with them. He's like the he got nominated to be the official ETH Foundation like gaming guy. So when I saw that post on X, I immediately got in his DMs. And yeah, I think there's a potential that we'll do some sort of either tournament or sponsor something together with him. He's with the Loot Realms project, and I think he's just representing gaming at DEF CON. So should be pretty cool there. Nadio, we got Nadio going. We got Zbot. We got Timidon from Pixelcraft as well. And
actually, I think Breadcrumb's going to be there also. So I told him to get in contact.
Breadcrumb will be there.
Yeah, he's in a chat with you guys already.
Yep. Yeah. Golden Cross was chatting with him. Might do something with them. Should be a pretty good one. I think we'll have a lot to showcase and show people what we're cooking. Yeah, Zbot made a little Argentine jersey gotchi. Love that. Also got a little preview of something that's coming soon. Let's see, which one should I drop? How about this one? We think we talked about this a couple hangouts ago. PR is done. Just needs to be merged, and we need to figure out how to distribute these bad boys. For those of you not looking at the chat, we're looking at new little gotchi background, little base background. So I'm thinking Gotchiverse. We could do some background drops in the Gotchiverse, do some loot drops in maybe Gotchi Guardians, all sorts of ways to drop these backgrounds. Get them listed in the bazaar. They're going to be transferable, sellable. Should be pretty cool.
I hear your backgrounds and I hop on stage. I'm bullish on the backgrounds.
Yeah, this is only one of quite a few actually that we got cooked up. Some of the OG backgrounds. I'm like, Zbot, why did these never get minted? And we're just like, I don't know. It's just
never got minted, busy with all that Unity stuff.
Yeah.
So. Hey, speaking of, I was a little late here, guys, but in a few minutes, glad we've got a little crowd here. We're going to probably be picking up Alchemica for the first time ever in Gotchiverse 3D. So speaking of Unity, we're going to put it to work here.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
In fact, if you hop in now, it might already be up. We just pushed some stuff. So I'm loading it as well. And if you saw the tweet yesterday, there's a little teaser for it, giving the heads up. But yeah, we're probably going to be able to pick up Alchemica here. So fingers crossed. I was talking with Eris, and he was saying, yeah, let's see how it's working. He just triggered the Alchemica. So for now, we all need to be in one server, probably the EU server. Okay, so we'll all try to pile into one server.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, I was listening in. I think that this kind of is another way we incorporate, like, we want a metaverse that actually has crypto involved in DeFi. So maybe not so much DeFi yet, but if we can actually like exchange value, real value, while we're in real time in our game or our metaverse, that's pretty powerful. So while we pick up Alchemica, I mean, Alchemica will get more interesting if its value and utility goes up. But at the same time, it's also a precursor. Remember, like, we should be able to support any ERC20 or really any type of asset that's on the blockchain. So the bones are now in place, and if this works, it kind of is a lock we've been trying to pick for a long time. All right, I see 3 people in there. I'm hopping in. I got a few gotchis here. No future. I'm choosing my one with the hard hat just to honor you. So maybe we'll have a couple hard hat crew in there.
Heck yeah. I don't have my Gotchi wallet on this computer, so I have a like a side wallet with a Nike Gotchi that I'll jump in with.
Nike gotchis are always in the side wallet. It's just how it is.
Yeah, it was a testing wallet to try to build a Web3 game, and I was like, let me spin up a wallet where if I lose, if the private keys get, freaking exposed because I'm a noob at this, I just lose one Gotchi I bought off the market. So luckily it never happened, but should probably move that Gotchi.
All right, then I will wear the hard hat in your honor. I just spawned. Oh, I see some friends. But I don't see Alchemica yet. We'll see what happens here. And the way there, I just saw Eris run around. I think that was him. He wears a pirate hat and his name is Pixel Crafter, I believe, or Pixel. He was running so fast. I see Nadiel in here. Yeah, Pixel Lab is running around. He's the one that's going to trigger the Alchemica. So he's probably getting in prime position. He knows where the best spawn points are. He would do that. Oh, you guys picked. Yeah, all right. There's some Alchemica on the map. I see you guys picked. Yeah, I just picked up. Now it's also very raw. I don't think there's sound effects or anything, but this is cool. Because it all rained down in like one big lump. Nice. You could see, yeah. There's about 50 blocks of Alchemica that just came down from the sky.
Like a little Easter egg hunt.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, we got a screenshot going. How cool is that? Now, you can see your balance also. It says Gotchi bag on the side. So I've got 5 FOMO so far. They're in units of 1, 5, and 10 right now. The old Gotchiverse was not as generous, right? It was like 0.01 or 0.1 on some of the smaller cubes. So these are some hefty pickups because we couldn't really have the same. Well, that's what we're testing today, but we're not sure how many we could spawn on the map at once without introducing a bunch of lag.
Yeah.
And so the workaround for that, initially we had these beautiful 3D mesh Alchemica. And I think what we're seeing today kind of looks like that, but it's supposed to be just a particle, which instead of having like a heavy 3D mesh, particles are much lighter. So you're actually interacting with a particle and not like a 3D object.
Here they come. Oh my God.
Once we had some sound effects and notifications, like that has potential.
Am I gonna die if I jump in the lava or the Alchemica fall? Like go.
Yeah, and we had 2 ways to do it. I think currently, if you do fall, it might reset your Gotchi bag. You might get wrecked, and the stakes is high. I'll test it here in a minute. I'll jump in the liquid hat magma.
I see some on like some islands and stuff that I don't think I can get to.
That's what a tease. Okay, we did not reset your Gotchi bag balance. I just tested it, and I still have all my Alchemica. So, but we could do that if we want to introduce danger, or it might bum people out quite a bit.
Oh no! Oh, I got wrecked.
Looking good.
Trick or treat.
Right. No future. What do you think? Like having the ability to fill up your wallet in real time, because this will everything you pick up, just instead of going to the Gotchi, the way the back end is set up now, it's going to your player profile. So it kind of makes it cleaner in a lot of ways, and you can just fill up your player profile with any assets that we support. So like, and this is for the chat too. Does anyone have any like requests immediately jump to mind for like, other than Alchemica? Is there something out there that you would love to see introduced in the Gotchiverse for like maybe a one-off event? We could host other communities and bring their assets in. It could be quite powerful.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, like, if you were to partner with, like, say, some of the bigger meme coins, the well-known meme coins on base, like Miggles or Toshi, or I think it's TYBG, like thank God Brian Armstrong, or something like that. Those, I think you would be able to get people to come in and start picking up the Alchemica. They'll probably have to grab like rental gotchis or the the free to play one, but that would be cool to just get people using it. It could also, like, I was thinking about the idea of like, what if you dropped in a I guess it could be a cryptocurrency, maybe it's a server side token that you guys can manage for InfoFi campaign crumbs. So like you can earn points on your
Hmm.
breadcrumb by
Oh,
collecting crumbs in the game
right.
because you get
Now,
tied
see,
to the
that's
wallet.
a good out of the box.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, you wanna I guess bake for Aavegotchi. You can talk about it, but you also need to actually go in the game and do questing, which will earn you these crumbs. And since your wallet is tied to breadcrumb, you'll be able to see that those on-chain interactions. So you'd be able to like. No Web3 games are doing anything even close to this in terms of using InfoFi to manage and like kind of measure those on-chain activities. So I think that could be huge because assuming that you don't have to redeploy a whole token. Can you do that? Like set up a fake token that people can collect and then view it and measure it on chain?
That's a good question. I think we could probably, it's just a question of how much work. It could be an off-chain asset that just represents something. And yeah, we could easily keep score of that. Like how many did you collect? Did you collect or not? We definitely do
Yeah.
stuff like that. So if the
Yeah. That wouldn't be
breadcrumb
hard.
wasn't like a ERC20, that would be okay. We could still keep score, do some proof of play,
I don't. I think
like
the difficulty might be on breadcrumb side because I don't know if they support like projects dropping crumbs to people in that way.
oh, some keck landed right in front of my face just now.
Like we could do it, but I don't know if they have that capability, or they might have to like custom build that. I know they can, like, they have their admin panel where you can kind of moderate the posts, but that is the way it currently works. Is you can like flag a post, like give it a tag, and that will earn it extra breadcrumbs. So we'd have to do something like if you get certain number of breadcrumbs in the Gotchiverse, then we'll tag your post. But even that, like we're tagging their post, so they'd have to make a post and they'd have to join the
Yeah,
Gotchiverse. Like it could be done. It's just like, yeah, it's more on their side on what they would be able to support.
yeah, there's definitely something there. Like I would love to see just a even if it was like a baker's themed little map and we just invited all the bakers to celebrate together and then make it rain breadcrumbs or not. They've been a really good partner and they're going to be at Dev Connect with us. We're actually trying to organize a real life event. Um, they reached out to us just a few days ago, Breadcrumb, and so I know, yeah, all the guys heading down there. They're talking in a group chat right now, trying to get the event together. But it could be really nice. I heard some names like Town, another game on base called Corey. It's going to be basically all Gotchi or base gaming with us in at Dev Connect. So that should be good. More stuff to do with breadcrumbs is sounding good to me. I
Yeah, I
see
mean,
Zbot here. Yeah, Zbot, hold it down and Dev Connect for us.
yeah, it should be fun. I think it's a good idea too, because like if you could do that kind of integration, if you did it like for like say the Halloween party, not that's too close obviously, but as an example, Aavegotchi's hosting a big event inside of its metaverse, and you can earn the crumbs from a campaign that's running for today or something like that, and I would assume the prize pool wouldn't even have to be that big, and then you just ask them, you have to join in,
Yeah.
proof of your on-chain activity, and then some kind of content to heighten the event leading up to it, or at during the event to get the most eyes to see. Like I would do this like specifically with the Alchemica drops or any token drops, but also say for Coder Dan's game with the DeFi eight
Oh,
genetic payments.
I'm for sure going to integrate with breadcrumb in some way, or at least like I have good plans for that. But yeah, we could totally do it with Gotchiverse too.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool because then it just gets more eyes like at a way lower spend and actual people
Hmm.
trying the games, which will, they're putting content out, more people will join because there's not really, these kind of experiences are few and far between, especially in this very turbulent market where everybody's just trading and trying to have an edge doing degen stuff. So it's good to kind of lure people away from the edge of the cliff where we're going to get liquidated every freaking day. Like, hey, come play some games and stay
Yeah.
away from, stop clicking.
Stay
Yeah.
sane. Well, yeah.
Totally. Yeah, and that's important. Like in terms of Halloween parties, we had the stress test last week. We got about 23 max people at once here on this map, and generally, with a couple exceptions, we looked into through the week. That went really well and was very helpful. Now we've got Alchemica is working. Seems to be working fine for everybody. Let me know if you're not seeing balances update or anything like that. But I'm not seeing any lag issues, and every time I've picked up Alchemica, it's worked very well. Um, so between now and say October 25 is kind of like, I think that's the Saturday hangout we're looking to have a proper Halloween party at. Like everything's kind of lining up in place. We should be able to really make it rain in the Gotchiverse during the Halloween party, and we want to invite in some partners. And so the breadcrumb thing you described may not be far off. We're talking to them about what our next breadcrumb campaign will be right now. So um, they'll probably play some role in our Halloween promotion. And I guess what you're saying, No Future, is maybe a shorter time limited window for a campaign would be interesting. Like they have to attend the party basically, and then they can bake. So I kind of like that.
Yeah, like
It'll be a very
I think he
different
does
kind of.
7 day campaigns, but maybe he can do a 3 day campaign so that going into the weekend you can hype up everybody. We're doing this party; it's happening Saturday, 2 p.m. UTC. You have to start talking about it now, and then actually attend the event, and then maybe extend it for maybe 12 hours after the end of the event to give people a chance to post about the event, so you get the most like reach, I guess, and
Yeah,
visibility.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot. We'll probably just do that. So this is really good. And yeah, and part of the Halloween, I mean, maybe you guys are picking up the hint, but it technically is possible. So we are kind of like, well, what other ERC20s could we make rain on Halloween? That theoretically we could bring in all sorts of value and all sorts of different assets. Honestly, the hardest work for that is just updating the HUD and the UI to support whatever assets we're collecting on the back end. So right now you got the Gotchi bag, it's got the 4 Alchemica beautifully displayed. It's like what happens if we wanted to add Ghost and then Glitter and then maybe other tokens. So
I actually just had like a
mostly
radical
just UI.
idea here, and it's probably stretching too far, but it would be cool. Like, so the DAO has money that's staked and is earning. We have arrow rewards that we're earning. Theoretically, we could drop some of those rewards from the DAO into the Gotchiverse and then say token gate like a specific map that is like for Gotchi specifically to go in and collect rewards from the DAO staking rewards, like basically a distribution, but through the
Hmm.
game. And you have to own the
Yeah.
asset to access it. Now, we wouldn't want to distribute all the rewards, but like say 1% of the rewards got thrown into the Gotchiverse during a hangout. And you have to be a Gotchi owner. I don't know if you can prevent
Sounds pretty
rentals from
good.
going in. That would be really cool. It's like almost like a gamified dividend or rep share.
The, yeah, and the lobbies are literally the pools where the yield is coming from, right? So you're just like picking up literal yield from a very specific pool. Like it's pretty powerful. Just to tie it more
Yeah, I
into
wonder
that
how
DeFi.
much the arrow token the Dow earned over this bloodbath over the weekend. Probably
Right.
pretty
And they'd be like,
decent.
wow, yeah, a lot of volume this weekend. Let's head into the aerodrome lobby and pick up our arrow rewards. And yeah, token gated, so it's just for Gotchi Gang. That's like a real use case for being part of Gotchi Gang, holding it
Hmm.
Aavegotchi NFT. I like it. You're on a roll, New Future.
Yeah, I got liquidated pretty bad, so my brain is like working in different ways today.
Oh, you're in fight or flight mode.
Yeah, like I was
Okay.
thinking about it all
But for real
morning.
though, I'm in the same wavelength for my vibe code game. Like sustainability and being able to give away rewards like perpetually is actually a really interesting idea. And the only way to do that is by using capital, making your capital productive, and then putting like using the dividends or interest on that capital as rewards for the game. And I don't think anyone has actually done this yet. Please correct me wrong if I'm wrong. But just like if you were Axie and you just said, all right, guys, like we have $20 million that's just parked in USDC, and that's the interest on that is going to be the rewards budget for the next season of the game, for the next 8 weeks or whatever. Like, I don't think there's any game that's doing that on a large scale, but it is a pretty cool idea. And yeah, as Aavegotchi DAO, I think one of our advantages over like other GameFi projects that are just up and just getting started is that we do have a treasury. We've been mainly giving that treasury out through grants and funding proposals and rewards, but doesn't, we could just stake those assets and just use the interest on them almost perpetually to have player rewards. Like yields in DeFi are fairly decent now. Even if you don't do any looping or anything, you can still get like a healthy 6 or 7%.
Yeah, in this environment, it actually is pretty feasible, and more often than not, there's some yield out there.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Also, you could like I think of AUSD, which is the Katana stablecoin that's from Van Eck. They use their yield from their treasuries is thrown back into chain owned liquidity to like deepen liquidity, blah blah blah. So like if you were to partner with like a stablecoin like AUSD and then use that yield from their being partnered with them, if you had something like that drawing visibility, that could work. But I don't know what the like USDC, USDT are probably the main base stable coins, right? Is there a base native stable coin that is the one that most people use on base?
I think it's USDC. I mean, that's kind of partly owned by Coinbase.
Yeah.
They're not making their own stable coin, I don't think yet. Coinbase has like the CB. Do they have CBUSD? I know they have CBBTC. I'm not sure. Maybe they do have CBUSD, but it's definitely not as, none of the CB assets are as big as like a USDC. But Go is what one token I'm interested in, because Go generally has 2 to 3% higher interest rates than USDC, and it's also very low risk, and it's also like Aave aligned.
Yeah, I like that. That would be really cool. Anything like, because drawing the players into the game to get the yield as a reward for being a token holder, it seems. I mean, that sounds epic to me. Like I would love that because then it ties in intrinsic value to the Aavegotchi that's outside of rarity farming, and this doesn't have to affect.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do with
whatsoever.
my game and also Gotchiverse. Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, and what we've learned too is like instead of building this big, massive District 1, let's relatively quickly produce different unique maps for very bespoke experiences. So like if we want to, we can spin up maps relatively quickly for very specific one-off events or long-term. Like, I mean, we've spent 2 weeks here on a Gotchi Guardians map, and we're actually inside a Gotchi Guardians collecting Alchemica in a sense. But if we were to do something with Breadcrumb, we could literally like spin up a 3D toaster and like run around in a toaster. The Gotchis might be very comfortable there. So, or an oven, whatever we want.
Yeah, also doing breadcrumb specific stuff because it like you want to find active communities. So like meme coins are great, but you know that breadcrumb is tapped into multiple communities. So there's like Skitten that's been had stuff there. Miggles, the Black Mirror token recently had something there. They had a we did the space this week. They had another base project. I forgot the guy's name. That's was there. So you could tap into a whole bunch of different communities at once, which I think is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the potential, they're a great partner for outreach and kind of what we're talking about here. But the key here is, guys, it seems like, I mean, I saw some of the comments coming through and I know Eris is checking things, but it does seem, at least on my end, like everything's working very well. There's some balances not updating we'll look into. And then just to call out, Eris mentioned like the withdrawing to the on-chain wallet is another system. So it looks like, and Eris, if you want to explain a little more what that means, it's going to come later. So collect for now. We want to make sure this part works, stress test it as soon as we could at its earliest possible opportunity. And then we'll continue to, you know, it'll be a much better experience next time we all do it in terms of the vibe of the game and the sound effects and knowing it makes it to your wallet. Oh, the map just reset for me. That was interesting. I don't know if that happened for you guys too, but I just like respawned automatically. It's kind of weird.
I got disconnected earlier and then it kind of reconnected.
Hmm. I see Goob's way up on a lamppost. How did you get up there? You're way up there. Here's a great screenshot I just snapped.
Nice.
I see Thrax has, yeah, I mean, he says, are we doing Gotchiverse? Yeah, we're in it. In terms of RPG, yeah, one way or another, you're gonna have some questing and stuff. But we got to get these on-chain elements that differentiate us from the competition out there and fixed first. Like, we have a pretty unique setup here and an advantage over just about any other project. And now we get to, now that it seems to be working, we get to start to explore like how we can leverage that to communicate and outreach to other communities. And being one more RPG in a very rich RPG environment isn't going to be the key differentiator. We can build out a full RPG when we kind of earn our way towards that. But right now we just need to prove like we have a special venue that is functional and does something that you can't really get anywhere else. So we should lean on that as much as we can. Goob's looking good. Foreign, you keep going in the drink. Some updates also on not just for DeFi Dungeon, but the sprites that you are using, Dan, like those Reckless sprites are being expanded on. We mentioned this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think we have some updates there. It's really close to done. Some stuff came through.
Yeah, I got one sprite from them. I'll share it here. The main ones that we're waiting for are the throwing animations. And I'm just trying to find it. Here it is. This is one of the latest sprites we've gotten. All the sprites that we have right now, we have all the wearables for just normal like walking, and I think the idle. We don't have attack animations. So we went back to the Reckless team that did all the sprites for the current ones, and we said, hey, we want to do attack and throw and death animations for all the wearables combinations. So you can see here, I think they've even done a couple extra ones. There's like a front strike. I think I see that. Looks pretty cool. Yeah. And there's a throwing, so I get to throw my milkshake, and then we'll animate that in the game. So I want to be able to throw my milkshake as a grenade. But yeah, it looks really dope. And those will be in the game that the little vibe coding game I'm making.
Even the death animation is kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's like a ghost leaving a ghost.
Yeah. It's like he melts kind of. And
Yeah,
these will also be available once this iteration is done. I'm gonna update my Gotchi generator repo on GitHub. And these will be open source and available for anyone to use in any Gotchi game. So if you're thinking of building like a pixel Gotchi game, this is a good time to be iterating on that.
Mm-hmm.
Zonza already, he found it and forked it. Nice. Epic, yeah.
There you go.
You can, and if you are doing anything like that, maybe I'll make a channel or put it. We do have the I Built This channel, pretty good for this kind of stuff. So if you do any work on that, share it with everyone, and we'll get more people, building on this specific sprite sheet. On that, Eris has also gotten a 3D Gotchis API created that we need to share with people. Gotchi Battler is already using it to generate the headshots and the 3D Gotchis for their game. So that's another thing that will be usable if you want to use the 3D versions of the Gotchis. There's an API that he created for that as well. So yeah, there's a lot going on the kind of the UGC community builder facing side. As Jesse's been saying, we're gonna be able to get these into Remix or any other kind of gaming platform like O'Hara. I think if we can get these sprites into those platforms, then people can take them and run with them, do whatever they want, create a bunch of Gotchi games. Could be really cool.
Exactly. Yeah, kind of all the infrastructure we've wanted is finally in place. We're very, very close. There's always more things on the wish list, but it's getting better.
Yeah.
I just got a very hard to reach FUD token. I'm feeling very satisfied right now. Yeah, on the Remix note, maybe we mentioned last week, but Pudgy Penguins is their newest sponsor. And so there's I don't know what all they provided, but I imagine it's something akin to what we could do. We could provide our sprite sheets and everything right into the Remix platform and let people prompt engineer a bunch of simple mini games starring Gotchis. Holy cow, this might be the biggest drop so far. I'm in the verse, and that was a lot of Alchemica. Holy cow. That actually made my screen laggy. I'm choppy now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm on high. Let's try medium settings. It's such a tease when you see a lot of value land on the map, but you simultaneously can't pick it up.
Next week, we'll also have a new Gotchi Guardians update, a big one. Lots of new things coming with that one. Some of you have already been trying it out, giving it a little test. But that's going to be a nice meaty update as well.
Yeah, we should talk about that. There's a lot going into that. And I don't know. I heard a rumor somebody was working on a way to even connect your wallet or something outside of WebGL. I don't know if I should say more. I heard rumors you guys should be able to play on Steam no matter what. I don't know.
Yeah, I did hear rumors as well. That would be pretty cool.
That would be very cool. This might be there might be a loophole here, guys. You can try it out. Probably the biggest things with Gotchi Guardians is there's this new player progression layer, because one of the feedbacks we got was that it's just a bit overwhelming in terms of content, and you kind of get it all up front all at once. You don't unlock the maps, you don't unlock a lot of things. But now there's that new scrap system where every time you kill a liquidator, you collect some scrap points, and that feeds into unlocking all sorts of aspects of the game. More avatars, more heroes, all that. So yeah, it definitely is the biggest one yet. It always is, but this one, like, holy cow, they've really taken a lot of the learnings from the initial Steam release and patched it up a lot here with a different kind of first 30 minutes experience is really critical. So nice, Wanagotchi. Thanks, man. Good words. Halloween parade, giving out tokens in certain spots. Yeah, I think that's kind of what we're going for. I don't know if it'll be a parade. You could elaborate on what that means to you, but definitely going to have a Halloween party and pick up some tokens.
A little procession. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can make that happen. Follow the leader.
You guys are cooking something up. Maybe that we'll have a time for Halloween for the Gotchiverse as well. Something we've done in previous years.
Oh yeah. Might be we'll see here. Eris is, a lot of it depends on how today goes, but I think it went pretty well. So if everything's working on this, then that means next week we're not fixing too much stuff we wanted done. So yeah, we'll see. We might get a little cameo. Might not be exactly the same experience we had last time with this little pumpkin, but I don't know. Really like that guy. I heard he is animated and rigged in 3D now, so he exists.
Oh.
And so much to the point that he won't just be in Gotchiverse. You're going to see him in that update we were just talking about. He's going to be making cameos everywhere. Well, that's beautiful, Dan. That actually looks like a great PFP. It's vivid.
Yeah.
Great shot,
Pops.
Nadio. Yeah, that they both popped, the PFP and then Nadio's shot here. Man, that's a lot of Alchemica.
Dude, that's crazy.
I'm so happy to see it. We haven't been able to hang out and pick up Alchemica for a while, so this is very satisfying. No Future, please tell me you're streaming this. Are we getting some live streams of Gotchiverse?
I haven't been able to do it because my computer is lagging. I think it's because I have something else running in the background. It could be my VPN was on, so I need to turn that off. I haven't been able to get it to I got in, but it keeps getting stuck for me.
Oh shoot! Okay.
Yeah, I might have too many because I'm looking at like 5 different charts also, so it might just be too much stuff happening on my internet while also streaming. So I could try to get it up again if I close out some of these charts.
No, it's cool. I know, Dan, you already tweeted out a pretty nice little clip there too, so I retweeted that. But yeah, it looks good. I'm pretty satisfied with this. I'm gonna have to hop out though because I am definitely laggy ever since that big drop. So we're gonna try a hard refresh here. And I think we're going to leave this running for just a few more minutes. I'll check in with Eris, but enjoy it while we can, and then we'll probably, he's manually got it turned on, and then he'll shut it off here in a bit. Well, top of the hour, actually passed. Should we segue to any DAO DAO hour things? Yeah.